because a lot of times it is a runaway kid, a runaway teen, someone just not wanting to be found, and that's why that 48-hour rule came about. But they're not supposed to do that. A lot of places have actual rules and regulations against it now, because there have been so many cases that go cold that never get solved, and not just within the Hispanic community, just across the board, because that 48-hour rule really messes everything up. So if you ever find yourself in that situation where you need to file a missing person report, keep pushing. I don't care if they tell you to kick rocks or they try to drag you out kicking and screaming. You keep pushing as hard as you can to get them to do something about it. Because if they give you that 48 hours bull crap, no, that's a no fly. It's not that they're trying to dismiss you. And a lot of times it'll feel like they're just being dismissive and be like, oh, it's just an upset person. They ran away with a loved one or blah, 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 whatever, right? It's kind of being dismissed with the hopeful thought, But if you really know that person and you're like, no, they would never do this. This isn't normal. Tell them. Force them. Draw attention to it. They hate it when you draw attention to it. There was recent case a few years back that spanned over 10 years. It was done by another podcast. I can't remember what the episode is called. But towards the end, the missing person's brother started dating someone that was like a teacher, an elementary school teacher. And she heard about it all. And she was like, that's, you need to put pressure on them. So she did what not normal people, what true crime fans would do. From listening to all the stories, she started a petition. She got notes together. She got whatever evidence she could find that was available online and through the casework files. And she gathered it all, and she pushed and pushed and pushed and made like daily, weekly phone calls to the police department. And eventually the government got involved, not just the police department, but it got turned into a federal case. So she pushed it up with just being persistent. So if you ever find yourself in a situation like that, be persistent, be annoyingly persistent. If you hear a whisper that like they were spotted in California, like, hey, this is what I heard. Every single day, whatever you hear, however often you hear it, that's how many times you got to tell them. They'll eventually get tired. They'll get, frustrated at you. They might tell you to stop calling or blah, 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 blah. But you're putting pressure on them. Bring social media into it. Social media is a powerful network nowadays. So do everything you can if you're ever in that kind of situation, which I hope no one ever is from my fan group here, because that is one hell of a situation to be in. And I got natural lighting and all that stuff today. I just noticed that I looked outside. If I look outside, it's because I see people passing by and I have ADHD like a squirrel. Anyways, where was I? She now runs the Facebook group Mamás en Búsqueda with 12K posts. Moms posting flyers, organizing searches, translating 911 scripts for relatives spooked by ICE, because that is a big situation right now. Their motto, we don't look, no one will. Cross-border ghosts. Sometimes the story leaks south. Diego Alonso, U.S.-born 14, got recruited in San Antonio to run fentanyl. When he tried to quit, cartel enforcers snatched his cousin in Nuevo Laredo and vowed to mail the kid home in pieces. Diego's mom called SAPD, San Antonio Police Department, and the FBI. She got, we don't handle family disputes in Mexico, which sucks because it's an American citizen, so it's weird. They can get involved, but again, it's international, so kind of hands tied situation. 3 days later, Diego turned up in a Texas field with one shot to the back of the head. Case filed under cartel related, which quietly closes the folder because foreign narcos blur domestic duty. Like I said, it's international. They can't, their hands are technically tied. They can do stuff, but it's a lot of paperwork. It's very difficult. And a lot of it is with assistance from the local governments in Mexico. So it takes even more just to get them over there. And even then they can't do anything. They're on the sidelines. The family held a car wash to repatriate the body to bring it back. English language outlets yawned. Univision ran a 10-minute segment that hit 2 million YouTube views, proof that the appetite is there, just not the priority. People will watch the content, but on the American side, there's nothing they can do, so it's not fed as much as it should be.